I did it. I reduced my glasses correction again. Hi, I'm Gemily, an EndMyopia student. I am using the EndMyopia method to get back to 20/20 vision and life without glasses. It is all based on science, not magic, and if you would like to find out more, I'll pop some links in the description down below. So I reduced my Normalised, guys. I actually did it again. The last video I made about reducing my Normalised correction, which I will link here, that was from the 27th of April. Today is the 6th of July. I actually reduced my Normalised a couple of days ago on the 4th of July. So that's just over 2 months wearing my previous correction. My previous pair of Normalised, the pair of Normalised I have been wearing since April, the pair of Normalised that I changed into in my last video about dropping Normalised with these, they were -2 on the left, yes, that's correct, that is the left, and a -1.75 on the right. It was a binocular drop, meaning I dropped a quarter of a diopter in both eyes. My most recent drop that I made 2 days ago now, these ones. These are my N5s. They are the same frames as my N3s, and my N3 and my N5 are the same frames. So I had to play around to try and work out which was clearer. And they are an equalizing step. So I have made a monocular drop. I've only dropped in one eye. So now instead of being -1.75 or -2, I am -1.75 all round. You may remember a video I made about Christmas time when I received these, and I was very excited to be holding my hand to the promise of correction below -2. It is finally here. So I'll be -1.75 in both eyes. So I'm pretty excited at the idea of starting with a -1. Like, I'm not there yet, but it's coming. Here it is. I'm holding it in my hand. I'm ready. It is finally what goes on my face. Yep. The first couple of weeks after you make a reduction, it's really important to take care of your habits, make sure you're doing them well, so that your eyes really take to the adjustment and correction. I was able this time to do my diopter reset really properly. I spent at least half of Saturday with no correction at all, and eventually I'd lost something and I had to find it, and just trying to look without any correction, it was hopeless. So I put my glasses on, my N5s. I'm finding dropping to this correction a very different experience from dropping to this correction, my N4s, because of the monocular drop. It's quite a different visual experience, especially with equalizing. It can be a bit off-putting. The correction difference between your eyes, it can make you feel a bit dizzy, a bit off, having one eye clear and the other eye blurry when you're used to both of them more equal. When I dropped both eyes by a quarter of a diopter, it introduced a fair amount of blur. Things were blurry. I had to work hard to see, and I could tell that when I was going for my walks I was having a blur challenge and I had to clear it up, and when I cleared it up I knew I was doing something right. For a monocular drop I'm having quite a different experience. I'm really noticing that I don't get the experience of blur in the same way at all. And that is because my right eye is seeing pretty well. I'm getting in my left eye a sense of double vision. Not that my left eye is experiencing double vision on its own, it is experiencing blur, but because my right eye is experiencing clearly, when I look around, I have a clear image, but also a sense of blur and messiness. It feels less like a general blur and more like a messy vision. Even when I went on my walk today, trying to do active focus, it was a little bit challenging to know when I was managing and when I wasn't, because as I said, my vision wasn't particularly blurry, it was just a bit messy, and then I could just try a little bit and it would come clear, but then when I would cover my right eye, my left eye was not doing a good job. There was quite a lot of blur. So whether I was really managing to clear the blur with my left eye, doing active focus with my left eye, or whether I was just kind of telling my brain to look mainly with my right eye and let that vision input do most of the work, I don't know. So I am definitely going to want to get on to doing some patching for this equalization. So patching, that's when you cover your stronger eye, the eye with more clarity, so that the eye with less clarity does some work, making sure that it's actually remembering to pitch in. You don't have to overdo patching. Jake Steiner says that 15 minutes a day is optimal. Any more than that does not actually give you better results. So I do most of my patching when I'm doing close-up work on the computer. Normally what I do is I get my differential glasses, which now maybe aren't so good because they're not equalized. And I get my glasses cleaning cloth and I just fold it and place it over the eye I want to patch, put my glasses on, and keep working. So that's a pretty easy solution for me. I find that when I first put the patch on, my left eye is struggling, but after a couple of minutes it really does engage more, and I end up using just my left eye very comfortably. Everything feels quite clear. So the patching definitely does make a difference. I can tell that it makes my eye engage. I don't even remember what these corrections are just off the top of my head. I changed into them on the 4th of June, these differentials. They don't have any astigmatism correction in them. I have found one small issue with my plan though. It's that my normalized are equalized now, but my differentials are not. So I could do my computer work unaided, which is equivalent to an equalized correction, but only if I use two eyes. If I need to patch, I did make a sneaky pair of patched glasses. My N2s I am not using at all anymore. So what I've done is I have repurposed them. I punched out the lens on my left eye, which is my weaker eye, and I covered the right eye with some white tissue paper. So now I can wear them just like this to patch when I'm doing close-up work. But there is a small problem with this. I can patch and just use my left eye with these differentials, or I can wear no glasses and rely on my right eye with no correction. But what I can't do yet is do close-up work on a computer screen relying on an unaided left eye. That is actually too much. So I think when I'm doing close-up, I'll be just doing it uncorrected. And then when I need to patch, I'll have to put these on, which is so silly because I've made these, but by the time I can use my left eye unaided on a computer screen, they should be equalized and I won't need to patch. So this was an amazing idea. Pointless. One thing I wish that I'd documented a bit much earlier in this game is what I could actually see with uncorrected vision. I wish I'd paid more attention. I remember that I couldn't read my bedside alarm clock, my digital clock, unaided from my pillow. From just lying down, I couldn't open my eyes and read my clock. Now I can. So that much I know I've progressed. I of course know that I've progressed because of my centimeters and my Snellen and my correction, but just unaided vision, I wish I'd paid more attention. When I first started this with uncorrected vision, it felt like the blur was closing in on me, like I was in a bit of a box, like I was trapped inside this bubble of blur. Whereas now when I look around the room, it's not crisp, but the things that aren't crisp are kind of far away, and even then the blur isn't too bad. Even the level of blur that I'm seeing on these bookshelves, it doesn't feel as blurry as I used to feel about things really close to me. It's such an amazing feeling. I think if I had vision at this level, I probably wouldn't have freaked out so much. Because things are blurry, but they're not scary blurry. By the time I got to -3, I was starting to feel anxious. It's incredible. It's an amazing feeling because unaided vision is starting to feel reachable. I wouldn't want to go without glasses just yet. I'm still measuring at -2, but I can start to see how I can imagine that there's a possibility that I'll be able to see that clearly. When things were at -3, it just felt scary and impossible, and like good vision was so far out of reach. So even just improving this 1 diopter, such a mental difference. All right, so now I'm going to tell you some measurements. So I hope I haven't reduced too quickly or too much, but again, time will tell. Like if I've done it wrong, my eyes will let me know by not improving. I really want this correction to take. I'm so excited about the idea of getting into 1.75 correction all round. I'm so excited. I am now officially wearing glasses that are better than the glasses that I was prescribed by my optometrist in 2014. So to be winding the clock back to just a bit better than my 2014 correction, oh, I know what's coming. I know what's coming, and it's not having to wear my glasses. I already feel like, worst comes to worst, I could go a day without my glasses. I just wouldn't be able to drive. But I could do it. I could function. This is amazing. I'm blown away, and it feels strange to be too excited when I haven't made that humongous change. For people looking at me like I used to wear glasses and now I wear glasses, what's the big deal? But if you were in my head and in my eyes and you could see what I could see, like, it's, oh my gosh, so worth celebrating. I can't even put into words how exciting this is. Okay, so that's me for now. Just tracking the progress. If you're doing EndMyopia too, then I hope you're doing super well with it. It is so exciting. If you're not doing super well with it, then I hope you can troubleshoot and work out what is going wrong, because it does really work. And if you have myopia and you're not doing EndMyopia yet and you're trying to work out if this is worth your time, worth doing, if it works, yes, it works. Get on with it. Humongous thank you to Jake Steiner. Like, even if this is as far as I ever get with my vision, this in itself is changing my life. It is changing how I can engage with the world. It is changing how I engage with my eyes. And the fact that it's even possible to do all this without actually giving Jake Steiner any money at all, that's, oh my gosh, I'm endlessly grateful. If you like this video, please like this video. It helps me out a lot. And don't forget to comment and subscribe as well. Hit that little bell button to be notified when I post. It's every Thursday, so I will see you next week. Bye. Hold on a sec, I'm just gonna measure my eyeballs. Okay, whoa, oh. That is not okay. Oh, kitten. Monocular drop, and I covered the right eye with some clear. I need to sneeze. Yeah. I've got mail. Thanks so much. I got mail. No, I didn't actually. Oh, ripped. And it's for my husband. That didn't go very far. Boomeranged. I mean, I know I'm Australian, but that's not meant to do that. Vincent, stop knocking my tripod and pulling my cables. Don't do it. Possible to do. Vincent!